Welcome to today's video on the path to enlightenment. Buddhism, one of the world's oldest and most profound spiritual traditions, offers a path to freedom from suffering and confusion. The Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama, understood that life is filled with suffering, but he also recognized that there is a way out of this suffering. The path to overcoming suffering and attaining enlightenment, or Nirvana, is outlined in one of the central teachings of Buddhism, the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path is not a mere set of beliefs or theoretical knowledge. Instead, it is a practical guide to living a balanced and fulfilling life, one that brings clarity, peace, and wisdom. It is divided into three main categories: wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. These categories address different aspects of life: how we understand the world, how we interact with others, and how we train our minds to cultivate peace and mindfulness. In this video, we will explore each of the 8 steps of the Eightfold Path in detail, providing practical insights that you can integrate into your life. Let's begin with the first step: right view. 1. Right view. Seeing the world as it truly is. The first step on the Eightfold Path is right view. This step is foundational because everything else in the path is built upon it. Right view is the understanding of the world in a way that aligns with the teachings of the Buddha, particularly the Four Noble Truths. The Buddha's teachings emphasize that suffering, dukkha, is an inherent part of human existence. This suffering comes in many forms. Birth, aging, sickness, and death are all natural aspects of life, and they bring pain. Suffering also manifests in more subtle forms, such as the dissatisfaction we feel when we don't get what we want, or when we become attached to things that are impermanent. Right view begins with understanding that suffering is part of the human experience. Moreover, right view entails understanding the cause of suffering, craving, and attachment. We suffer because we cling to things, people, and experiences, believing that they will bring us lasting happiness. However, all things are impermanent, and no matter how much we try to control our environment, we cannot escape the law of change. By accepting impermanence and recognizing that our desires often lead to dissatisfaction, we can begin to let go of attachment. Right view also involves understanding that there is a way to end suffering. The Buddha taught that by following the Eightfold Path, we can eliminate the causes of suffering and reach a state of liberation, or nirvana. This involves seeing the world not through the lens of personal desires and attachments, but through the lens of wisdom, which enables us to act with clarity and compassion. 2. Right intention. Cultivating the right mindset. The second step on the path is right intention, which complements right view by directing our mind toward wholesome thoughts and intentions. Right intention is about developing an attitude that aligns with the principles of the path. It is the mental commitment to living with ethical integrity and wisdom. There are 3 primary aspects of right intention. 1. Renunciation. This refers to the intention to let go of desires, attachments, and cravings that lead to suffering. This doesn't mean rejecting all pleasures, but understanding that clinging to any, whether it's material possessions, relationships, or experiences, only brings us pain in the end. 2. Goodwill. Metta. Goodwill is the intention to wish well for others. It's about cultivating kindness, compassion, and loving kindness in our hearts. By nurturing goodwill, we overcome hatred, anger, and ill will, which are the causes of much of our suffering. 3. Harmlessness, avihimsa. The intention of harmlessness means to avoid harming others. whether through speech, action, or thought. It's about developing an attitude of care and respect for all living beings. Right? Intention is critical because it sets the foundation for all our actions. If our intentions are rooted in wisdom, kindness, and non-violence, our actions will naturally follow suit. 3. Right speech, the power of words. The third step of the Eightfold Path is right speech. The Buddha taught that speech has a tremendous impact on our lives and the lives of those around us. Our words can create harmony or cause division, peace, or conflict. Right speech, therefore, is about using words that are truthful, kind, and constructive. There are 4 primary guidelines for practicing right speech. 1. Avoid lying or deceit. Always speak truthfully. Lies and falsehoods can create confusion, mistrust, and suffering. 2. Refrain from divisive speech. This refers to speech that creates conflict or divides people, such as gossip, slander, and backbiting. It's essential to avoid speaking in ways that cause division or harm to relationships. 3. Avoid harsh speech. Harsh speech includes words that are hurtful, insulting, or angry. When we speak in a way that belittles or demeans others, we create suffering both for ourselves and for the people around us. 4. Refrain from idle chatter. This is unnecessary and trivial conversation that has no real purpose. It often distracts us from what truly matters and can lead to misunderstandings. Right speech helps create an environment of harmony, trust, and mutual respect. It allows us to communicate with clarity, compassion, and understanding, and it prevents unnecessary suffering caused by careless or harmful words. 4. Right action, acting with integrity. The 4th step is right action, which emphasizes ethical conduct and moral behavior. Right action is about living in accordance with the principles of kindness, respect, and non-harm. It involves taking actions that promote well-being and reduce suffering for all beings. The Buddha identified several key ethical behaviors that form the basis of right action. 1. Refraining from killing or harming living beings. This includes not only refraining from physical violence, but also being mindful of the impact of our actions on others, whether they are humans, animals, or the environment. 2. Avoiding theft and dishonesty. Right action requires us to be honest and respectful of others' belongings and rights. Stealing or taking what is not freely given creates suffering and distrust. 3. Respecting sexual conduct. This involves engaging in sexual relationships with respect, compassion, and consent. It means avoiding harmful or exploitative behaviors and treating others with dignity. Right action encourages us to align our behaviors with our highest values. By practicing right action, we contribute to a peaceful and just world where the well-being of all beings is respected. 5. Right livelihood. Earning a living with integrity. The 5th step is right livelihood. Right livelihood involves earning a living in a way that does not harm others and is aligned with the principles of ethical conduct. In the Buddha's time, certain occupations such as dealing in weapons, intoxicants, or human trafficking were seen as unethical. Right livelihood encourages us to choose work that contributes positively to society and is in line with our moral values. Right livelihood also means avoiding professions that exploit or harm others, whether through direct actions or through the creation of systems that lead to suffering. Choosing a livelihood that promotes social good, such as teaching, healing, or environmental conservation, is one way to practice right livelihood. By ensuring that our work is ethically sound, we not only earn a living but contribute to the well-being of the world around us. Right? Livelihood also ensures that we are not supporting systems that perpetuate inequality, harm, or exploitation. 6. Right effort, cultivating positive mental states. The sixth step is right effort, which is about making an intentional and consistent effort to cultivate wholesome qualities in the mind and to overcome negative mental states. Right? Effort is crucial because the mind shapes our experience of the world. If we cultivate positive mental states such as kindness, patience, and wisdom, we are more likely to live peaceful, joyful lives. There are 4 aspects of right effort. 1. Preventing unwholesome states from arising. This involves being mindful and vigilant so that negative emotions such as anger, greed, and jealousy do not arise. 2. Overcoming unwholesome states that have already arisen. This is about working to transform negative thoughts and emotions when they do arise, replacing them with wholesome ones. 3. Cultivating wholesome mental states. This involves deliberately developing positive qualities like kindness, compassion, and patience. 4. Maintaining wholesome mental states. Once positive mental states have been cultivated, right effort helps us maintain them over time. Through right effort, we actively participate in the process of mental purification, ensuring that our minds are aligned with wisdom and compassion. 7. Right mindfulness, cultivating awareness and presence. The 7th step is right mindfulness, which refers to cultivating a clear, focused awareness of the present moment. Right mindfulness involves being fully aware of our thoughts, emotions, body sensations, and actions. It's about observing our inner and outer worlds without judgment or attachment. Right? Mindfulness is essential for understanding the nature of our minds and for overcoming the mental habits that lead to suffering. By being mindful of our thoughts and actions, we can break free from habitual patterns of craving and aversion. Mindfulness helps us see things as they truly are, without the distortions of personal bias or desires. 8. Right concentration, developing deep mental focus. The final step is right concentration, which refers to the development of deep mental focus through meditation. Right concentration helps us cultivate a mind that is clear, calm, and free from distractions. By practicing meditation, we can train the mind to concentrate on a single object or thought, leading to states of deep insight and wisdom. Through right concentration, we develop the ability to focus the mind in a way that leads to greater clarity and understanding of the true nature of reality. Conclusion: the journey of the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path is not something that can be mastered overnight. It is a gradual, lifelong journey of transformation. Each step builds on the others, and as we practice these teachings, we begin to see the world more clearly, act more ethically, and cultivate greater peace and wisdom within ourselves. The Eightfold Path is the Buddha's prescription for overcoming suffering and attaining enlightenment. It's a path that leads to liberation, not just for us, but for all beings. Through wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline, we can break free from the cycle of suffering and live a life of true peace, joy, and freedom. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of the Eightfold Path. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more insights into Buddhism and the path to enlightenment.